I'm Brii Renee, and I'm young and great. My name is Brii Renee, straight from the A. I am born and raised ATLian, and I am a radio personality here in Atlanta, an actress, host, a waitress sometimes. I'm the ultimate hustler. I like to call myself a charismatic hustler. Growing up in a family of entrepreneurs, I think it was definitely motivating and inspiring, but being that young, I didn't realize how it would inspire me in the future. Seeing them grinding and doing multiple hustles and different things and just trying things, and sometimes it may not pop off or it might not be successful just off the bat, but still giving it a go really gave me the inspiration I need to go full-fledged with any goal that I ever have. I just am fearless because I grew up around entrepreneurs, and I saw them try and fail and try again, or it taught me one major thing. One major thing that it taught me for sure is I think a lot of times people are looking for one big get-rich-quick scheme, and sometimes it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. Like, you can get rich, but you might have to do a couple different things to get that money. So you might have one business that only brings you in $100,000, or another one that brings in 30, and another one that brings in maybe 500. But at the end of the day, it all adds up, and you just don't stop. Just keep going, keep striving, no matter what. I think I was taught early on the importance of good credit, the importance of financial stability and financial literacy. I knew how to write checks. I would write the checks and pay the bills and do our budget in elementary school. Like, my mom, even though it wasn't my money, my mom she showed me how to write a check. Every time we went to the store, I wrote the check. I was proud, I was excited, like it was my money, but it was never my money. But yeah, so I would write the checks every time we went to the gas station, the grocery store. So I knew how to write a check early on. And then once I got to be like third, fourth grade, she started teaching me, okay, these are the bills. Here, let me show you how to pay a bill. Write the check out to Georgia Power and pay the light bill. And so at an early age, I had an understanding of how money worked and how much bills were, I guess. I didn't realize, because I always seemed, even when we didn't have, it seemed like we always had, but I just knew lights ain't cheap, and this ain't free, and this costs. So just a real good understanding of financial literacy. I have that, and I know that it's because of the entrepreneurs in my family and the spirit that they have. They really instilled that in me at a young age. And that nothing was going to get handed to me. Even though my grandfather was wealthy, he didn't really, he passed down things and tools, but it didn't handicap anybody. Everybody in the family, my mom is a attorney and has had multiple businesses. She's always been an entrepreneur. And even though I've never been without, or I've never struggled, didn't know where I was going to sleep, but I still knew that I had to get my own. If you want nice things, you got to go out there and get it yourself. So they always instilled in me a hustler mentality and entrepreneurship and just a go-getter attitude. I would say that's recent growth. When you talk about the caption where I put, the secret to my happiness is to let it flow and never force, I just realized that I think it took me after 25-ish, I had hit what was considered my rock bottom for my life. And after getting through that, I know now that it doesn't matter what I go through, I'm going to be okay. I'll get through it. So just let it flow. The more you spend time trying to force anything, the less it happens, I feel like. I just had to experience that within the last year or so, and that has been the biggest key to my happiness. Okay, that happened, whatever. Don't give it more than 5-10 seconds of your happiness or your positivity, because the universe responds based off our positivity. So if we're negative, or we're trying to force something, or we're thinking about what we don't want and how we want, if you're putting the wrong thing out, just positive, stay positive, stay grounded and true in yourself, and then it'll just work out. And I really believe in higher power. So God is not going to make me, if I'm going through something that might be like a trial or tribulation, I'm going through it so I can grow through it. It's something in that experience that he wants me to learn, or the universe feels like I need to know, or I wouldn't be experiencing that. So let me, instead of just forcing trying to get out of the bad, let me figure out what I'm supposed to learn from this bad so I could just flow through it and get through the other side. And then that way I don't ever have to go through that again. But if I keep forcing myself not to go through that bad, I'm not even learning what I'm supposed to learn from it. So it's going to keep happening over and over again until you get it. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy because I knew since a kid, but was I confident to step? I always knew as a kid what my passion was, but I wasn't confident enough to believe that I could stand in that until probably 2-3 years ago. But I used to have dreams as a child. I'm getting chilled once now saying this. Like, I used to have real physical dreams of me being on the radio as a kid. I used to go to sleep with my radio on. So I knew, but then as I got into college, I was like, ain't nobody listening to the radio no more. And then I was like, well, let's do film and television. But I was a heavier set girl, so I felt like, well, I could never be in front of the camera because I'll never be a size 2. And they don't, I'm not a model. I'm not skinny. I'm not small. So let me go to school. I went to Georgia State for film and television, got my degree in film and television, but I always thought I would be behind the camera. But my personality has always been the same, so people are like, after I graduated college, I started to lose weight, and I got more confident, and I started taking more pictures and posting more pictures on social media, and through that, my confidence grew. Like, okay, I may never be a size 2, but that doesn't mean I can't actually pursue what I'm really passionate about. So I always knew from a child that it would be entertainment in some form or fashion, but I wasn't confident, and I never was seeking that. I always thought I would, because of my size, it was like a clutch. Like, I'll just have to be maybe work in an office somewhere for a film company or something behind the scenes. First of all, I'm always overwhelmed. It's a struggle to plan everything, and time management skills. I'm still learning and working and growing on how to be a better time management person, because I'm basically doing it all on my own. I have a few people that help me with certain things. Like, I have my best friend that helps me with the nonprofit, and my other best friend that helps me with like social media and some of my appearances and stuff like that. But just trying to juggle everything, I say that I have learned, again, within the last year, that there is no other time but now. So if I'm thinking of something, if I have a notion to create it or do it or manifest it, I get moving on it. What can I do right now? Like, stop putting stuff off till tomorrow, because you're going to keep putting it off and keep putting it off. There's no other time that exists but now, because even tomorrow is going to be now. It's just you waited till that now. You know what I mean? So there's no other time but now. Do it. And I live by an agenda. I have a planner. If I say I'm going to do something and we confirm it, I'm writing it down. I wrote this down on my agenda, and it gives me no greater joy in the world than scratching off my agenda at the end of the day and my to-do list. So that's something I live by, and I've had a planner since school, and I've kept one every year, even though I haven't been in college. So I live by I'm an agenda planner person all the way, because it's so much to juggle, and it's so many different parts of my life that I have to keep organized. I have to write it all down, or I'm lost. I would say to any young lady out there that's struggling with being true to herself, first, take time to really get to know yourself. Like, I used to be one of those people like, why would I go to the movies by myself? Or why would I do anything? That's like lonely and boring. But I really require self-time, like to be aware of who you are, how you're feeling. Like, how many times do you stop to even ask yourself, how am I feeling? Let me assess, am I good right now? What do I need? What do I want? Because I think a lot of times women, we struggle with trying to be everything for everybody. And we first have to be it for us first. Because if my cup is not full, I can't pour over into your cup. So I feel like you have to take that time. But that took, like I said, for me, years of maturity to even come to that. Like, I do need that time realization, but definitely take that time. And then once you find out who you are, be real with yourself and realize what your strengths and your weaknesses are, and run with those strengths. Like, really stand firm on those strengths and be known for that. If you're known for being on time and you're known for being punctual, or people know that they can depend on you, make that what people know. Like, I know when I come to Brii, she's going to give me this, and that. And then whatever your weaknesses are, take that personal time to strengthen those, because that's what's going to make you better. And then you will all the way 100 at that point. What inspires me? I would say other people. I'm inspired by people. I think a lot of people are afraid to say that, but I love watching YouTubes of Diddy speak, Oprah speak, people I've never heard, TED Talks, pastors. Like, if you have a passion, because we've all been through so much. Like, every single one of us has a story or a trial that they overcame or obstacle. So I get inspired by people who don't give up. Like, no matter what, they just kept going. I don't care if it was, nobody thought I would graduate high school. And the fact that you overcame it, like, I just be wanting to know, what did you tell yourself to do that? Like, so when I'm weak, I know, like, I remember such and such said, keep, whatever. So just, I get inspired by other people and the things that they've been through. There were definitely some internal struggles I've had to overcome over the years. I would say one major one was definitely my insecurity with my outer appearance, my body. I've always been curvaceous, but I was heavier. I was over 200 pounds most of my life. And until recently, I lost about 45, 50 pounds. So my outer appearance was an insecurity that I had to overcome, and just being confident in who I was. I would say we all have little insecurities. I feel like most of mine were physical though. As a girl, I've had some because I didn't grow up with a father. I feel like, okay, well, maybe I'll never know what that, that love feels like. But I'm overcoming that. I still keep trying. You just keep going. I don't care what the insecurity is. After overcoming my losing weight, I will never let anything stop me. I will never, no insecurity. I can be insecure all day long, but I'm still going to go. I'm still going to try, because it doesn't matter. You never know. And it might be somebody that as soon as you try, that was there waiting for you to try because they were insecure about the same thing. Or they tried too, but the fact that you tried, y'all have something in common that y'all really connect with on that next level and help each other overcome. So that's a vow to myself. I will never let any insecurity stop me from trying, at least. I would also like to tell the people, young people, to always stay focused on your own lane, your own paper, whatever you're doing, your own goals. Because I feel like a lot of times when you are spending too much time on social media or just looking at what everybody else around you is doing, it can discourage you from doing what you need to be doing. And it takes your focus off of what you need to be doing anyway. Like, you should always be focused on your goal. And don't spend time criticizing the next person or judging or did you see what she did or what, and gossiping, because that's time that you could be focused on getting your bread. Also, a financial advice I would something that was stressed to me as a kid, and I think that we don't realize it as a people, especially us as colored people, is make sure you have your credit right. I was able to buy a house and a car in my own name before I graduated college because I didn't take out student loans, because I had good credit. And after 5 years, I'm on my way to buying my second home. So it's only because of the credit, and that's what they use to hold against us and hold us back, is because we'll mess our credit up before we even really realize how important it is. You can get way more with credit than you can with cash. I promise you that. Because even with cash, they're going to be like, how you get that cash? But with the credit, it's like, okay, you're responsible. It shows them that you're responsible and I can trust you with this X amount of money. So I'll loan you some more because you know what to do with it. And I know you're trustworthy enough to pay it back.